Hey everyone, today is June 24th, 2009. This is my third video update from Buenos Aires, Argentina for my study abroad. And first of all, let me just explain kind of this whole business right here and why I'm not in my home and there's people walking around behind me. Last week, my computer charger fried, so I'm without a laptop now, which is kind of unfortunate, but I'm making it work. And I've been coming here. It's called a locutorio, where you can come and pay it's like 3 pesos an hour to use the computer, dirt cheap, and you can Skype and whatever. And so I've been doing that just because I'm without a laptop. And after much frustration and working around, I figured out how to use the movie maker on this computer. So I'm able to do another update, and I have a lot to fill everyone in on. Yeah, fill everyone in on, because obviously it's been a while since my last update. So yeah, let's do it. And I have another list right here like I did last time, so I won't forget anything. I'm doing well. I'm still a little bit sick. Everyone in the group's been kind of sick, but just kind of a runny nose, and that's about it. That's the only complaint I really have. Situation at home is great. We just got a new girl staying with us. She's a grad student from Boston University. Her name's Colleen, and she's really cool. She's going to be with us for the rest of the time. Things are good with my host family still. My mom, one thing that she does, if we're not home when she wants to serve dinner, she doesn't feed us. So that's been the source of a little frustration just when we wanted to like go to movies and stuff, and then she's refused to give us dinner. But it is her home, I suppose, so I need to respect her wishes and what she wants. But when I talk to her, I just can't be angry because she's so sweet and she's so helpful with my helping me speak, and speaks real slowly and has been real helpful and great. So it's really not that big a deal. I just need to plan around her schedule in the evenings, I suppose. Let's see. Last week I went to the Evita Museum, which was really cool. It was in this really old house that a very wealthy family donated, and the museum was great because it was told kind of through her personal items. Like, it had a lot of clothing and books and toys from her foundation, and there were a lot of video clips, and the guide was fantastic. And I mean, previously all I knew was from the movie and the play, which according to the guide is very offensive here apparently, because I think he equated it to making like the Kennedy assassination into a musical, because Evita is obviously one of the most, if not the most famous figure in Argentine history, and they don't really appreciate that Hollywood kind of made it frivolous with a musical and Madonna, so I guess it's understandable. But the museum was really neat. I'm really glad that we got to go. I went with my Spanish class on Friday afternoon, and afterwards Anita and I went to the zoo here, which I was a little skeptical about. And Scott, if you're watching this, they don't abuse the animals. They're actually it's a really good place. There's a lot of big cats, which I was shocked. There were like snow leopards and tigers and pumas, and they were my favorite. They had elephants, and I don't know, on and on and on. It was really cool. The only thing I will complain about is that they let ducks and like little beavers and all these little rodents run around on the ground, which are cute, but they poop all over the sidewalk, so you kind of have to watch your step all the time, which is a little bit frustrating. But it was really neat. It was fun. I loved exploring around here. I went and saw Up here at the theater. We went to a special screening that was English with Spanish subtitles, so that was kind of neat, so that I could kind of read along as it went, and it really helped, just with learning some new words and expressions and such. And afterwards, that was one of the nights when her mom was like, "No, dinner's until 9 o'clock. Sorry." So Adam and I went and got sushi, which was a really good choice. I got the sushi that was like salmon and avocado and mango, and it was excellent. It's some of the best sushi I've ever had, and it was very reasonably priced, like everything else here. So that was very a pleasant surprise, and it definitely calmed my nerves because I was pretty angry at my host mom for refusing to feed us. But oh yeah, and then earlier this week I went to TGI Fridays with some of the group because we just really wanted some good American food, and it was good, but the prices were just as expensive as the United States, so it ended up being like 80 pesos for my meal, which you can eat here for like 10, even a meal for 5 is normal. So 80 is like, over $20, which is as much as you would pay at home. So probably won't be doing that again because I'm enjoying the very cheap cost of living here, and going to American restaurants is not a good way to continue doing that. So, let's see, what's next? Oh, I have cafes and locutorios. Well, I told you about the locutorio, which I think is a wonderful thing, especially for people like me who are computerless. But the cafes here are great. I'm definitely hooked on cafe con leche, which is just coffee with milk, but the way they make it is just excellent. The coffee here is really good, and I get free coffee at my internship every morning, so I definitely have been having a cup or two every single day. And the cafes are great places to go and study and just hang out. When I did have a laptop, I took it there quite a bit, but it's great just to, like, when I want to go write a paper or kill time between classes, there's one on every single corner, so that's been really fun. I've been looking into the theater here, and I really want to go see either Young Frankenstein, which here is Hoven Frankenstein, or Phantom of the Opera, which is Fantasma de la Opera. They both look pretty fun. I'm leaning towards Phantom of the Opera, although Bettina and Marcella, who are two of the directors, said that the singing here is not always awesome. For some reason, there's not that much interest in, like, being in theater, I suppose, and so there's not many choices for leads in musicals. So it'll be very pretty, like, visually, and costumes, but a lot of times, like, the singing's not too great. But I kind of figured that it's better to go to a musical, because in a musical, the understanding what they're saying isn't as important, and also I'm familiar with the Phantom of the Opera. Because if I go to, like, some intense play and I can't translate everything, then I'd kind of be at a loss because I wouldn't understand anything. But I may just go anyways. I mean, it's way cheaper than it is at home to go to plays here, and even if the singing's awful, it'll be an experience. So I may do that sometime soon, maybe even this Friday night. We'll see. Food situation here, not awesome. I don't know if I mentioned anything about it before, but they eat a lot of red meat, a lot of bread, a lot of just, like, pasta and, like, straight up carbs, fat meat. Like, that's the basis of their diet. Not too into fruits and vegetables, especially at my household, which is kind of what I love to eat. So that's been kind of difficult, but there are little fruit stands on every corner, and it's dirt cheap to get fruit. So I pretty much do that every day for lunch, and I've bring fruit home, and when I can, I get salad or get, like, a vegetable tart or something like that. So I'm making it work. I think one of the best things I'm learning on this trip is that you just have to be flexible all the time, especially when you're in another country. Because for those of you who know me really well, I live by a schedule all the time. So it's good for me to have to break out of that and adjust. And as always, I'm eating a lot of fiber cereal, so that's keeping everything in check too. And we will leave that at that. The weather is cold, not miserable. It's so funny. Today, as you can see, I'm just wearing, like, a sweater and a button-up because it was, like, in the 40s this morning and about 50, 55 today. I get to the office in the morning, and the ladies are like, "Oh my gosh, it's the coldest day of the year. Like, what are you doing? Where's your jacket and your scarf?" And they have the heat, like, cranked up. It's like a sauna in the office. And I'm like, "It's really not that cold, I promise you." And so I, like, get online. Yeah, the high is 55. It's the coldest day of the year. I'm like, come on, people. Like, it's really not that bad. So that's about as bad as it's going to get. And it's just funny to see people, like, in these huge coats and scarves and gloves, like, every single day. And I'm just walking around with a sweater, a light jacket, and people just can't believe that I'm not cold. But it's really not that bad. It's pretty mild, like in Georgia, if not warmer. One of the things I'm having the most fun with here is when I, like, run errands and I, like, go places and just kind of, like, chit-chatting with people in Spanish. It's every time is, like, a little bit more, like, encouragement, a little bit more confidence boosting. Even here, like, at the locutoria, like, talking to people at the front, or when I've kind of formed a little relationship with the lady at the laundromat. She's really sweet, and we talk every time I go in, and just little things like that are really cool, just to kind of reinforce that, my Spanish isn't perfect, but it's definitely, working knowledge, and I can use it, and I, know what's going on. And so that's really, really been fun.